Hello guys, S2W here with your next casual consumer's perspective review. If you're not currently subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. I make detailed sneaker reviews and we are close to getting 40k subscribers, so join this channel and let's make this team happen. For today's in-depth look, Adidas with their well-known collab partner Yeezy has decided to release a bunch of silhouettes this month of September 2019. One of these silhouettes is the popular Yeezy Boost 350 V2, with a plan to drop 2 colorways within the span of 3 days. First up is this colorway we have today, the adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Cloud White Non-Reflective, here for a review. Now stock-wise, it seems like the numbers were pretty healthy here even in Canada. Toronto-wise, it feels like quite a few retailers released them, most with raffles, but a few first come first serve. For these Cloud Whites, I only entered a few raffles closest to me and received a call at foot action, but my other friend who did it with me didn't get none. So even though it feels like it has a healthy stock, it also looks like the Yeezy wave is not dead yet, and the W is not guaranteed. Referred to as the second blue-toned Yeezy, a lot of people had their eyes on these due to its fresh colorway. Is there any difference? Let's take a look at these sneakers. Since its first release back in 2016, the upper material has been generally kept the same in terms of its construction, using their greatest knit fabric called primeknit, which is known for its flexibility, lightweight properties, and breathability. This is most famously experienced on the adidas Ultra Boost and the NMD silhouettes. On the Yeezy Boost 350 V2s though, the knit feels more tightly knitted together, so the stretchiness is almost incomparable to the aforementioned models. This prime knit has more of that structured feeling, with some ability to expand to a certain extent as it's still a piece of thin fabric at the end of the day. Most importantly, the heel of the sneaker is covered by an external cushioned wall lining to add comfort for our ankles, while the toe box is strengthened by an internal cage to add structure. Both of these layers further support and toughens up the knit, so elasticity is greatly reduced. The only stretchy point is the middle portion of the medial side, where only pure knitting is found. As for the lateral side, the 350 V2 colorway uses the previously updated upper aesthetic in which a translucent mesh stripe slashes across the canvas. Again, only the middle point is see-through, because the front and back is blocked by the internal caging and cushioned wall lining. This cloud white colorway though will put a mark as the newest upper rendition, solely because the highest part of the sneaker of the lateral profile is now done with only one color. If we look at the high sitting tongue, it feels like we're looking at 2 shoes sewn together as one. This feels more real when the iconic crisscross stitching at the middle of the shoe is so apparent. Keep in mind, the pattern of the weaving is exactly the same though, it's just that this time, they've taken away the color accents at this top part to refresh the visual aesthetic and explore new visual cues. This simple colored knitting stretches all the way to the back and crosses to the medial side of the heel area, a feature that I always think is a little awkward as it feels like something is missing. Oh wait, it's missing the heel tab. Yes, this colorway came tabless basically to revisit the look of the first OG 350 V2 Yeezys, but if that's the case, I'd rather have them cut the stripe off right at the middle of the heel rather than going across, because right now it feels unfinished, but that's just me nitpicking. Other than that, the whole shoe carries a blue hue, with the upper's base color using a faded blue tone with accents that have more of a dark turquoise color. Sometimes I have to do a double take because it looks gray as well, which is quite trippy. Regardless, the rest of the shoes we will see the same roll places like previous 350 V2s, but this one is finished with a bluish tone. No 3M on these laces. If we look inside the sneakers, these come with foam insoles just like all previous Yeezy Boost 350s, with the Adidas and Yeezy branding at the heel and a very unique pattern and prints right underneath. Behind the tongue, we will see the same suede patches surrounding lace holes to keep it intact, and also the strip of fabric stuck dead center of the shoe, basically covering up the roughness of the crisscross stitching seen outside. Midsole wise, it comes with a milky colored sole, translucent enough that you can see the full-length Boost cushioning sheltered inside. This block of Boost is more evidently seen on the outsole, where the window have opened up for this soft and bouncy cushioning to expand and contract for a nice rebound off the floor. This secondary outsole piece has a little darker or yellowish tone than a midsole, so keep in mind that the coloring is not completely uniform. Anyways, here are some adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Cloud White Non-Reflective fit footage. Sizing wise, I always go a half size up on my Yeezys as a wide footer, and it works for my foot shape. Narrow feet, I've heard they can stay true to size, but at this point, 350 V2 sizing was always a gamble because you can't try them in store. If it is too tight, you can always take the insole out, but also keep in mind the toe box area does not always have the friendliest fit due to its aggressive downward angle. I've heard people complain about their toenails or toes getting crushed and become uncomfortable, but if your foot shape works or maybe going a half size up, I've been saying constantly that this silhouette is a blessing as one of the top 3 most comfortable sneaker with Boost technology available in the market today. Even though the knitting is tighter than most other primeknit, it will still provide a nice lightweight hug around our feet. Visual wise, although it is a simple change to omit accents at the top half part of the sneaker's lateral side, it gives it a nice subtle change in my opinion. Maybe because I've become a bit bored of the constant colorways coming out with the same design, so a small switch up like this may reignite a few of those fans who adore the 350V2 silhouette. Price wise, they are pretty pricey, retailing at $300 Canadian before tax. But honestly, this has become a fashion item nowadays, and most importantly, with comfort. So it really depends if you can justify for it, but personally, the comfort for me takes the cake. I think it's a good looking silhouette too, and seeing them continuing to sell out instantly even today, this bright summery colorway might definitely be a recent favorite amongst all the colorways released this year. As always, throw me some likes if you like this video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments if you copped one as well. This sneaker is wild in hand. It looks blue up close, but it also looks a bit grayish from far. It's not like the Static's 350V2s per se, but it definitely stands on its own ground as the first Yeezy with this newly updated appeal. That's it for today, S2W signing off.